Hi, this is Apollo. You tuned into another world energy. Wherever I name this channel, it's going to be it. If y'all recognize me from just random video searching, it's Dopey on stage. But I'm Apollo on the ground. A lot of transitions. I always start videos like that, kind of. Uh, I recorded a lot of my life in the music form and put it on the media that you can just Google just by typing Echo Lay Dopey. Uh, Pretty easy. It was pretty easy, but the hard part was uh, moving on. I have a difficult time moving on. I've been with like a whole lot of women in my life, a whole lot of them. Never had a mom or dad to teach me these things about them, so I sort of learned the long way. I was adopted, this, that, and the fourth. Y'all hear all this in the music if you just type in my name. Buddy Bud is another alias. If you go to one of those YouTube channels, you're going to see Buddy Bud kind of in the beginning of like starting up a channel, The Higher Cause. That's the name of that channel, The Higher Cause. THC for short. You can get high and like just be all on that channel. You get higher because THC technically mean like new evolution, new wave energy, new age of Aquarius, the blase, etc. I speak a lot on zodiacs, but when some don't meet me on zodiac level, I meet them somewhere in the Bible, which got zodiacs in it, or any other thing that talk about stars. I'm able to alchemy my way through life. Alchemy is a lot of compounds within us. I'm a rabbit hole dude. I feel like we all getting high, not just through the marijuana or any hardcore drug or anything they do. But we all getting high off each other. Everybody's a drug. Some people are uppers, downers, neutralizers. I tell people that a lot. Right now, my current energy circumstance is, I think I'm almost famous. You can Google me and it's easy. You feel me? I'm like the first page almost. I don't have a Wikipedia and all that extra stuff. No marketing team. I did a lot of distro kid stuff and a lot of independent things. But as far as networking, I'm the test of sensitivity. I have a puppy. Winter. Mamas. Yeah, she's rescued and stuff. Trained her a lot. Even on my training, like I was taming a beast. But we're on a good level. I just wanted you to say hi to the people, okay? Making a video. Yeah, she's like that. But financial freedom is what I'm going for. Also, I don't know if you can see it on camera really, but that says Solana, which stands for like this person named SZA as an artist. She kind of sparked this journey in a way. Me kind of tuning into like different, what you call those, frequencies of the labels, record labels and stuff. Seeing how people really got down to get down because I was getting into music from like a devastation. I started making music technically because my heart got broken, and it got broken. Then I started kind of rapping to instrumentals with a broken heart. I wasn't used to it. It's something I never did before, but I guess I just started speaking, and as I was speaking, I was hitting those beats. You feel me? And I started doing it for 10 years, and in the beginning of those 10 years, I kind of came across that individual through like a lot of research of music and stuff like that. But for some reason, I knew this person was going to be really big. I don't know as big as top number one consume artist, but I knew people would actually find a way to appreciate the realness this one person brings to like, you know, the music industry. And I feel like Even though I kind of came across other artists that made huge impacts, and then where I sort of fell in love with this person because I felt like I was them. I listened to her songs. I'm like, damn, am I a dude going to do that with women? But if I were to like compare, which I cannot, but compare backgrounds and stuff, you know, we don't have the same upbringing, you know, so it's difficult to really think ultimately of him. I going through things that women go through because I'm a dude, you know. I don't want to be a woman, but I don't like being a dude. You're gonna hear all kind of stuff in my music. I'm not gonna explain any things further because I'm more me in my music than I am in, you know, with these words because these words aren't really, I guess, my original language. My original language probably was more manifestive, you know, more fluid, you know, fluent, like water. But with this language, I feel like we all carry now is pretty heavy, you know, have a lot of connotations that come with these different words. A lot of people here don't even speak the language yet. But ultimately, um, I can do my best. Mercury and Capricorn, Mercury and Aquarius, so I can get like that. And I got different placements too. That add on to this whole thing that got me working on this project called Apocalypse First Wave. Now, I can name all these projects in order up until Apocalypse First Wave, just to catch up everybody, just in case, you know. Project Ace, which is the Awkwardly Conscious EP. Rabbit Hole Syndrome. Wait, Project Ace, Awkwardly Conscious EP speaks for itself. It's coming to the conscious world through like a lot of deep inner reflections at a young age for some reason, and becoming awakened through like some type of age of I don't know, new information. They say a lot of words for it. I don't want to keep repeating the same thing, so I'm going to keep this thing going. So, Project H is technically me speaking on, you know, the awakening, technically. Rabbit Hole Syndrome is dealing with the awakening. New Human, that's the next project after Rabbit Hole Syndrome, and Project H, which is Awkwardly Conscious EP. Rabbit Hole Syndrome is technically, you know, uh, sort of dealing with it, you know. And then you got New Human, which is overcoming all the like trials along the way until the art of being, which is about finding individuality amongst, you know, commonalities and similarities and differences and all that, to the art of dying, which is tape B, side B of the whole art of being. But the art of dying is technically duality, you like the opposite side, which is technically it's the hard truth, technically. I don't want to get really deep into death and life because now we on to like another realm right now, you know. We're into immortality and finding the cure. But before I get into immortality and all that stuff, I gotta talk through time travel. And before I talk through time travel, I gotta talk through through a lot of beliefs. You know, before I can really share this magic with you firsthand. Uh, for the future specifically, the future being the children, women, dudes, everybody, you know, they friends. But future being like the younger generation. The younger generation will have like a tough life if we let this life fall on them like it fell on our generation. The midwives, which is technically the 90s, maybe the mid 80s. I don't want to keep pushing that, but you know, it's going to be a spring of us sort of taking over since people transition, die. People transition through life all the time. Some ask me if I believe in reincarnation. I believe, yeah, to a certain degree. I feel like it depends on the person and how they kind of want to live. If they want to believe in reincarnation, maybe on a lifetime, I feel like they could choose not to and not reincarnate, just sort of be until they choose to come back or something. I feel like it's all awareness, and if you're part of this whole energy don't die, it transforms. So if you're part of energy, that never really dies, and it's transforming through this essence that we all supposed to collectively share, which have us actually sharing this light, which allows us to see each other and reflect light, or darkness, however you want to do it. Neutralities, but these people reflecting, or these animals or insects or but like whatever, everything is reflecting one another to where there's like a song being played in the middle if you really listen or see, depending on how you really do it. If you really listen or if you really see, if you really maybe taste, with the rock say smell when I'm cooking, there's tasting too. Like that got a bad taste to it or that left a bad taste in my mouth, whatever, like there's different things happening. But there's something really in the middle happening. I call it like a holy war, or like they call it Star Wars. Because we all kind of came from space. We all in space. So why are people rushing if we in the middle of space? These are my questions and technically concerns. Not a concern really, but questions. Like all this maneuvering we're doing on planet Earth, how are we keeping this balance, this planet, no matter how big or small it really is, but how are we keeping this planet on this orbit one? We kind of changing his diet, not his diet, but yeah, technically his diet. We're changing his we're changing up the rhythm, the Arcadian rhythm of the atmosphere, the Earth. We got a lot of stuff going on down here, but Earth got a lot of stuff going on down there that I feel that Earth is the people of Earth is sort of really digging into. If you catch my drift, and the information that's coming from it. There's definitely a shift in everything. Dogs look totally different from the 60s and 50s, 40s. Dogs in the 2023s and stuff, they on a whole nother level, along with the humans and everybody. So evolution is playing its part, but there's something counteracting evolution a lot, which is a lot of controlling factors, which come off as temporary since time is a part of their essence that they share to deteriorate eternity. It's really deep, but these are video logs, so the deepest of things. I'm up for live streaming soon. You guys can catch me on reality. I haven't really set it up properly yet, but mark this video time and whatever the date and whatever, and you can see the process going on. It's nine-tailed fox with 3 X's. So 9 NINETAIL FOXXX. Then you have me on Call of Duty. That's nine-tailed fox with 3 X's and 3 8s. Then these things can always transform the name. But really just the number of the name. If I were to have numbers behind it, some type of synchronicity of numbers correlating to like angel numbers or whatever. So the guys and guys, this is known and unknown, Ashe and amen for many blessings here and there, may protection, grace to land, far and wide, over yonders, plenty. I want to walk on water one day, which I am already since time don't exist and all we have is now, and we're walking on this type of water, but I want to walk on like water, eventually. There's a lot of things I gotta sacrifice in life. emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, to attain some type of height that the words didn't touch yet. Imaginations made all this stuff come about that we believe in this country. But as far as this imagination, it's kind of coming off as uncharted on the people. Me in these realities, I have like this strong presence. I don't know if it's the placements in the chart, me traveling a lot, the music and how I do it. I don't know how, Apocalypse First Wave. It's pretty much me sort of giving in to the powers and being like, I guess, an oracle rapper or something. I don't know. But financial freedom is something I've been going for a while. So I think that's why my music is sort of showing up on the first page of Google, or maybe because my name is so different or whatever, or that name is so different or whatever. That name come from like a lot of things too, by the way. Echo Dopey. Multiple personalities in order, mainly, but traveling the country by myself for a long time, up until recently, coming across this dog I rescued. It's all been like the best thing ever, you know, actually having some type of sense of freedom when it comes to maneuvering about the world. I panhandle a lot. I feel like that touches people's hearts as it touches mine in the midst of it all. I sort of just feel like I'm putting myself on the cross and do it because a lot of people look down on panhandling. Like I feel like a lot of people look down on Jesus' sacrifice or whatever that ritual was. From how the meaning is sort of lost now, like sins that I guess somebody died for, but the sins now that we seen that somebody died for, I feel like should have known better, back then and now and later, So we're just knowing from my collectiveness, awareness from the universe or God is whoever, I'm sort of sharing these with y'all. Not only do it come from massive amounts of like physical research, most of this stuff comes from just centering myself. And a lot of chaos I want to turn to hell really soon. And a lot of chaos I wish to be hell as soon as possible. A lot of chaos I wish to be heaven as soon as possible from hell and chaos. So chaos control with these gems I'm carrying. Name is Cycle V2 coming soon. It's one of the best songs I ever wrote. Like I found the way to be personal and interpersonal simultaneously, as if I just fused with like a shadow clone. It just became like cooler. Shadow clone, that's a Naruto reference. That's when he started multiplying his like self. That's how the multiple personalities kind of work within the imagination. That caused me to like interact with almost anybody because I built these personalities in hopes to connect the world through, I guess, just me. In hopes that we really do feel each other at the end of the day. We're going to be feeling this God-like presence that we all share and be. By the holy wars happening from angels and demons, wizards and warriors, all this stuff is happening. Ultimately, this is like me coming through with newscast reports from the center of the universe. Everything is also interesting, from celebrities, rich or poor, like just everything is all an interesting topic. I don't look good rich or poor. You know, that's me right there. I don't want to be rich or poor technically. I only want to be in the middle. So since I have these three things going on, I gotta present this information that comes with it. You know, and I do it better in music than I do with the words. But it's acting like Dopey. I delve deep into my conscious, subconscious around big words that we use: religion, marriage. You know, occult, truth, lies, conspiracies, propaganda, all these huge words, commercial, store, you know, disease. You know, I just sort of start slowing down all this stuff. Like, what do all this stuff really mean and what we doing with it? Symbols and all. I'm hearing music, the conscious rappers, they're saying stuff like, you know, being lied to, our history thrown in our face if you're a certain people sometimes. This time the first. You know how conscious music is. Then you have the mainstream music. It's kind of promoting the stuff that the conscious music is saying is kind of bad, but they promoting it. You know, like alcohol use or the use of sex, which is merging, but they call it sex for some reason, even though it's merging. Uh, Everything kind of been demonized, or what's the word? Uh, Brought down. So, still saving the world, just look a little different these days. Normally, me saving the world look a whole lot more naive, you know, which is Naruto. Now we're looking a whole lot like Naruto Shippuden out here. Okay, so I share these worlds with y'all, not only from Naruto or just these physicalities or whatever, but whole lots of more anime, whole lots of more random people on this planet who we all be strangers. Sometimes I feel like the strangers, not the strange energy, almost there. You know, I want to break my fingers just to get there though. I'm into style and all of that stuff. Like all these words, fashion, strong words. I've been, you know, keeping track. And if not beautifully put in the music, I would like to as beautifully put it as possible in human terms. So thanks for having me. This video one, you know, and looking forward to you guys seeing more in this family I really want to build, which technically might be everybody. I love heart. So till next time, I like a more sunnier view or whatever, you know. York.